What do you see when you look at me? You can assume my gender, a woman. You can assume that I'm Caucasian. You can assume that I'm girly because I'm wearing a dress. You can assume I am nerdy because I wear glasses. You can assume my marital status because I have a ring. You can assume all these things about me just by looking at me, and that is gender discrimination. There are so many assumptions you can make about me by looking at me. So intersectionality is basically a metaphor to say that we've got bias coming in one direction, discrimination coming from another, and prejudice arising from another course. And they are all colliding in what we have as a society don't really anticipate or understand. Intersectionality is basically the idea that we all experience life, discrimination, and even sometimes benefits of gender discrimination very differently based on a number of different identities that we as individuals have. Kimberly Crenshaw came up with this theory of intersectionality. Now, if you don't know who Kimberly Crenshaw is, let me tell you, she is a pioneer in this feminist movement. She is an American civil rights advocate and a leader scholar for race and social theory. She is a full-time professor at UCLA Law School, and she specializes in race and gender issues. The intersectionality theory advocates that different social, biological, and cultural differences that include sex, ethnicity, social class, and race form social interactions that have impact on social inequality. So intersectionality explains that oppression and sexism does not independently occur, but are they connected and form a wide range of discrimination that is not much more than just a person's gender and their social status. So intersectionality isn't much of a grand theory as more of a prism for understanding different kinds of problems that everybody, but especially women, face. So during life, we are constantly being socialized. This starts from the minute that we are born, how our parents introduce us into society, and what is involved in their community as a whole. This is sometimes what contributes throughout your entire life. Unknowingly, your social settings and your have enormous influence on how you are being socialized. So a great way I've always explained this is a puppy. Puppy socialization plays a significant role in the development of well-adjusted dogs. If you've ever had a puppy, you know you're supposed to have them interact with other dogs and people at a young age, take them for walks, and that establishes positive life relations. And so they won't be fearful of the unknown and the unfamiliar. So we as people learn to interact in kind of the same way with the environment around race and gender and ethnicity that we surround ourselves with on a day-to-day basis. And these interactions influence our behavior towards one another. So my journey into women's and social studies was based on intersectional factors. Growing up, I was raised in a very traditional household. My dad was the breadwinner. My mom stayed at home, cooked and cleaned, and raised me and my siblings. And my dad worked so we could have a comfortable home. Sounds pretty traditional. So when I was 12, my mother passed away, leaving my dad to raise not only me, but my twin sister and my little sister as well, who was only 2 at the time. At a very young age, my ideologies of what's a stereotypical family dynamics changed. My dad continued to work and provide for the family, and my twin and I were forced into these mother roles and maintaining our household. We divvied up the chores, cooking, cleaning, laundry, changing diapers. And at an age when most children were learning how to just use the microwave, I was grocery shopping for my entire family. And even with that, growing up with my dad, those stereotypes of gender were very present. My dad would take out the trash and mow the lawn and fill our cars up with gas because that's not traditionally what women should do. Him being a man felt that that's what he should do. Even toys we were giving at a young age still have like the notion that girls should be nurturing and compassionate and vulnerable, and men are taught to be macho and emotionless and never show weakness. Traditional girl toys are always focused on appearance and caretaking, and God forbid they play with trucks and toy guns. I kid you not, even to this day, my twin and I still get the exact same gift, just different colors, despite being two completely different people. So sexism is a gender role that we formed in a traditional society that believes that there should be equality for men and women, where feminism believes that there should be equality and equal opportunity for both men and women when it comes to education, social life, employment, political affiliation. You can see where feminism and sexism are two contradicting terms that are both used to define a role that women play in society. So gender equality and feminism, on the other hand, are so intertwined in the sense that gender equality means that women should not have to face discrimination based on their gender. And I think there is a lot of misconception when we use the word feminism or what it says about you when you say that you are a feminist. Feminists are portrayed as typically as middle-class women, white women, who are bra-burning radical lesbians who hate men, all men. And it's just not simply that. Feminism just doesn't want to liberate women, but it also wants to liberate men as well by breaking down those standards which society has put in place for both men and women. The whole sociology constructed rules that men should never show weakness, such as crying when they're upset. Feminism is merely saying that it's okay for men to show weakness and to show that they have emotions, but they can still be macho. Feminism is based on ensuring that people have the cognitive in their day-to-day lives by providing that they are conscious about the need to end sexism and oppression. What makes intersectionality so essential to understanding is, yes, it is a form of feminism, but it extends feminism into a psychological and theoretical perspective. The main point of this theory is to understand that there are all kinds of inequalities in gender, and it looks closely at women's roles, interests, and their experiences. Feminism, to me, explains the patriarchy in a role in society and supports male dominance. It is upsetting for whatever reason that males are considered to be more valuable than those of women in our society, and thus women are just disregarded. At the end of the day, the message is here. It's everywhere around the world. People are standing up for gender equality for men and women. We are all aware that there are some natural physiological differences between males and females, but nonetheless, there should be equal rights between the two genders. In this generation that we are living in today, both men and women are providing for their families. There's no such thing as a typical breadwinner. No longer are women staying at home to raise children. They are going to school and getting educated. And the time is to stand up for women all over the place, as well as men, for gender equality. So now let me ask you, what do you see when you look at me? Well, this is what I see. I am 28 years old. I am a US citizen. I am Christian. I am able-bodied. I am a homeowner. I am of middle class. I am a female. I am white ethnicity. I'm a dog mom. I am college educated. I am heterosexual. I'm bilingual. I am married. And those are just some things that make me me, besides my gender. So I challenge you to all look at yourselves. What makes you you besides your gender? What is your intersectionality? Thank you all for taking the time to listen to me, and I hope you enjoyed it.